Toxie is going to be first up over for that team. Looks like he's just going to come out of stealth for a second. Look at his little slime boy. Is it going to be the rogue? It looked like it was going to be Plush, but then Plush kind of backed up out of there. Maybe it was going to be Plush and just saw, wait, it's Toxie? I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Or maybe Toxie is like, yo, can you send the mage out real quick? I want to fight that man yet again. Silence after silence is young, just taking so much CC damage in the opener. Just constant bleed damage while just getting a respawn. Cloak for Toxie with a gouge immediately. The man could not be frozen for a quick second. Rogue versus Rogue is awful in opener. Oh, okay. You did to back it up out of there. I get it. Actually, I would have liked to see a Rogue versus Rogue at some point, right? Oh, what was that? I turned away for 2 seconds of Toxie. Immediately eviscerated Young. Never mind, this guy got some play in him apparently. What was that? All right. So Young was giving Team Cracker a bit of a hard time tonight. But apparently, Toxie decided to come out there and turn that around all the way 180. Hit it with a 360 and walk away. Jesus. What? I need to look back at it again. That was some damage. I just looked away for like 2 seconds reading response from Plush, and then that's it. And I'm just watching Young. He didn't even get a second to even ice block or anything. That's the wildest thing too. He had invis. He didn't get to use it. He used it defensively, but it just didn't matter. Gonna be an opener by Toxie onto Plush. Goes in for the road. Cheap shot. Trinket out for Plush really early. Toxie does not have a trinket of his own. Does use evasion. And Plush is going to have himself a really clean go here. Toxie pre-feigning and stuns. Stopping Plush from even being able to have a chance at a go. Cheap shot right after. Does disarm him. Holy! What is that? Hold on, Plush. Are you still bled? Blinded? You're just bleeding him up. How do you think it's over? What is this? Vanish just to get a shield. It's keeping him alive. Barely keeping him alive. Hold on. Toxie getting super low too. Toxie super incredibly low. Does go for Venom. Oh! I'm sorry, what? Toxie, what was that? Toxie, dude. Hold on. I almost want... Hold on. Okay, they can't even do it. I almost wanted for Team 1 to res Toxie. I wanted to be like... You know how in Gladiator, like, you have a dude at the top judging the competitors with a thumbs up, thumbs down? I almost want to give Toxie a thumbs up to give him a res, just to give him another chance. I was so impressed with that burst. I want to see it again. I want to see it again. I know that they can't res him, and that would be against the rules, but I would bend the rules just to give that man another shot. I want to see that again. It happens so fast, if you blink, you miss it, and I want to see it again from my eyes, just to make sure that I actually understood what the hell happened. That was some amazing damage. This guy got to give me a rundown on what the hell that was. That was so awesome. Caligor does get himself not in a great position. Can't really escape the chain of ice whatsoever. That is going to be Leo back with a Riders gameplay, not playing the Sunland this time around. This is hard to see if you can just let the Riders do a little bit of the work. Let the pets do work, because they do a lot, man. I mean, the pets, for Unholy in particular, drop down A-bomb, drop down all that burst. I mean, those pets are doing work. Wait, does he even have A-bomb? Oh, no, he has army. But does he have A-bomb? Does get himself Colossus Smash Legion into a big demolish. Leo doesn't walk away from it. He does go for an IBM just to survive it. Without Leo, his health might be in a bit of trouble. I don't know if he can do much worse as Caligor, but Cali got him in a great spot. Escaping that executes, but can't really heal. And Leo's again in the execute range all over again. Caligor just needs to keep chopping. Does keep on chopping. I'm sorry, what was that? Was that a charge or was that his heroic leap ability? Wait, I think he's playing the new heroic leap. That's got to be it, right? I thought for a second he charged like an invisible corpse of the death they did for a second, because you do when you reappear, you kind of reappear at the center of the arena. So I thought he charged to him, but then he kind of kept going past him. He's got to be running the new heroic leap, right? The dragon charge. That could be really good. It's a knock-up ability that deals a bit of damage, can be used in escape or as a chasing tool. But it like stops enemies from being able to do anything to you, which I kind of like. I think it's interesting. It could be a nice disruption tool as well. Like if you just need somebody to just like not cast anything at you, the knock, at least for a caster, like it'll just send them flying. And look at this man, dude. The Draenei Warlock combo. You don't really see that often. That looks great. Actually looks like a elite in Eridar, I guess. I think the zone is called Eridar. Pretty sure. Argus, right? On Argus. Somewhere on Argus. There we go. somewhere in Argus. Is going to be a stun onto Merciless, a CC onto Caligor, does trick it immediately, carries bolt to the face, one, Shadow Fear right after, does get himself a defensive stance at the very least, and might be able to survive. Fear onto Merc, does have himself the charge for the dragon. Oh, at least he's got himself a big, it actually goes super far. I think it's further than a leap, isn't it? It's going to be Rain of Fire behind the pillar with a portal just barraging him. Can't really do much about it. With the Fire Infernal not really giving him much of an opportunity to get any recovery behind the pillar. Can't get any second win out here. Ain't getting no second wins in the Grand Arena. As it's going to be stunned onto Merciless, does go for a full fear wall. Everything is available. That's going to be a bolt one. Reflect out for Calico for a second. Might need to give himself an escape out of here. Does not have that charge for a moment. That or a heal. That or CC. Merciless with yet another bolt. It does connect. Fear to follow. Second bolt right after. Does still survive. How are you alive after 2 bolts? What is happening? Just Cracker goes in saying a quick hello. Quick привет. Oh my god. Calico is still alive. How are you alive? My question. Mortal Coil available for Merciless very, very soon. Reflect for a second. Try to see if you can get himself the Succubus out of there maybe. Possibly. This is going to be potentially new Succubus for Merciless. Caligor just tried to chop this one down, but I don't think he wants to slay it. I think he wants to keep it low. Force some Merciless to maybe fast summon a new one. I think he's going to get some slows on him. Does stun Merciless. Could be Succubus CC off of that. Does go for a big Blade Storm. That Succubus CC is not going to be able to connect. Merciless with a big port. Caligor still on him. Charging in. There's going to be Mortal Coil right after. Shadow Fear to follow. Caligor does not have an out, but Merciless does not follow up with a bolt or anything. That's a little bit rough for him. Actually, a little bit rough for that guy. Trying to go for a big damage. Fear to follow. Bolt 1. Ruination to follow. Right after. It's a lot of damage out of the Warlock. Big Demolish to follow up for Caligor. As he gets a bite of his own. Defense stance for a quick second. Just so he can see himself alive there for a moment or two. Warlock House but he doesn't give the biggest heal for Merciless. Has himself Reflect. Does nothing though. With a stun right after. Oh! And Caligor does take it. With Saya as the final raid boss, not even giving Caligor even a second to recover, not even giving him a moment of respite, a moment of restoration, of clarity, nothing. Gives this warrior nothing. Just kind of wild, honestly. I mean, you win that duel anyway, right? As a pally, I think you win the duel on a day that ends in a Y. You know what I mean? Charge for Caligor. He's got himself parry for a second. Just a little bit of health to work with. Stormbolt on Saya. Maybe a quick roar. Reflect for a second. Can't really stop any of that damage. Another charge with a bit of a heal. Maybe it'll be enough. Dragon charge. Oh, I think you cancel it a little early. If you double tap the dragon charge ability too quickly, you can cancel it. Orc has got himself. He was ready that time. Hold on. Orc learned his lesson last time. He's like, you know what? I'm going to invest a talent point into Shattering Throw just so I can deal with a Paladin Bop and or Bubble. I am not playing around. I want this man's head right here, right now. Blaze Storm out of it does deal considerable damage to Saya, but it's just not enough. The kind of potential of Warrior, or Paladin rather, it's just a little strong. Meeks is going to be up next. Blizzard down onto Saya, trying to prevent it from being able to get any healing. And look at that Blizzard damage. I mean, it'll chip away at Saya's health eventually. Like, Blizzard damage for mages, it's actually not that terrible. Dropping down big Comet Storm after that freeze. Big damage. Meeks got himself lots of instant cast damage back to back. Got himself a bit of that flow. Massive burst of the Saya. Leon has to follow. That's huge. Saya does still have a trinket. You can still try dropping down a proper stun on the guy. Could be maybe helpful a little bit. But yeah, if Saya does not move, between Frozen Orb and Blizzard, that is going to eventually trickle away any of his health. Little by little. Not the craziest damage, but it is decent enough. It's honestly worth dropping. Honestly, we'll drop it if they're behind the pillar. Big Ray of Frost, Shatter combo. Sorry, having to go for Shield of Vengeance on that one. Into a Ring of Frost. Does that over positioning. Blind, avoids it completely. Only Sai needs to land the stone onto Meeks. Oh, but he might just bubble this. He might have to. Getting super low. Meteor does not quite connect. Ice block. Hold on a second. If Meeks breaks it, if he breaks out of his... I was going to say, he might need to do something to stop the regenerating, but he doesn't even have to. The images in the water elemental do enough. They do just enough that he needs to. Got himself a little bit of damn. Range damage from Meeks. Got himself the procs. Saya with no bubble. Oh, bubble did it. Meeks needs a second block. Needs invis to DR. Yes, that's exactly what he needs. Wait a second. Does the raid boss Saya go down here? Does the raid boss Saya go down here? Second block still available for Meeks. He might need to use it here. Oh, it doesn't get to. But no more bubble. For Krager, that's an opportunity. First aid cannot let Saya recover here. Does blessing a seg, that's stun immediately. That's some work right there. Spear does not connect. That is unfortunate. Charge back for Saya. But, oh man. Reflect up. Blaze him to follow. Get himself a bit of damage. Saya looking for a recovery. Into a stun. Cracker does go for a trinket. Saya, no health, no mana whatsoever. He is just spent. Unless he somehow miraculously gets a lay in hands, which I don't think he should be getting one anytime soon. I think it's over, right? I think the reign of Saya has calmed down. Does it? Yeah, reign of Saya is done. Took an entire team. It takes a neighborhood to take down a Saya. You know how they say it takes a neighborhood to raise a kid? It takes a neighborhood to take down a Saya. Damn. Let's get us another going, boys. Yeah, uno más. Let's get going.